Welcome Australian lacrosse fans back down to the beautiful facility down here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club for the 2018 Australian Lacrosse Association Under-18 National Championships. Not one game on tilt today, we have two. Western Australia and Victoria doing battle for the women's crown, and then later this afternoon, the men's crown. I'll be your host again for today's action, Tim Kennedy, and I'll be joined in commentary later on by Linton Arscott. But first, a very special treat. I'd like to bring in here Marilyn Fuss and Mike Slattery. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Just a quick chat, and look, obviously there's been a tremendous amount going on with Australian lacrosse, particularly with the Quick Sticks program. So we thought we'd bring you both in just to have a very quick chat. And Mike, look, everyone at home's no doubt probably heard about the Quick Sticks program and seen it advertised everywhere. Can you tell us what exactly is the Quick Sticks program?
Sure, Tim. The Quick Sticks program is a primary school product that we've developed for kids in primary school. It's a 5-week course. It's formalised. There is instruction for the teachers to give it, or alternatively we can provide lacrosse coaches to give it. The most important thing is it's been formalised and endorsed by the Australian Sporting Schools Commission, and they fund it, they quality control it, and that's something that we've worked at this stage 2.5 years to get to.
So in terms of the actual delivery of the program, how is the program actually delivered on the ground level to budding lacrosse stars?
It's delivered either through a teacher delivered from in school, where we have tutorials, we have training, we have videos, we have mobile phone prompts where the teacher can deliver it, or conversely they can book it and pay for it with a coach delivery. If it's a coach delivery, we provide coaches over a 5-week period. They're funded additionally on top of the program by Sporting Schools funding, which originates from the Health Minister, and it's input and funding into lacrosse. It's not something we have to pull out of lacrosse to invest in.
Well, look, and that's obviously the big question. You've probably stolen my thunder from my third question. So the funding for these programs comes from the government?
Indeed it does, the federal government. The Health Minister funds it through Australian Sports Commission, and Sporting Schools is an endorsed body that is authorised to spend it through primary schools. There are 6,500 primary schools in Australia, right across the country. In term one, we targeted getting 50 of those schools to achieve our program, which was very high, we were told. We've achieved 56. That means we've had somewhere around about 5,500 kids in primary schools go through clinics on a weekly basis. So we've made big inroads. The next step will be the questions you'll be asking Marilyn, I think.
So Marilyn, look, you've obviously been involved with this through your involvement on the GAP you called it the GAP committee, the Growth Advisory Committee. What's been your involvement with the Quick Sticks program, particularly here at a South Australian level?
Okay, so I've been involved since day one, where we started putting this program together, and it had to run for probably 3 years, I think now, wasn't it, Mike? 3.5 years it's taken us to get in. Now that we're in Quick Sticks, we can get schools to run our lacrosse clinics where we can actually pay people to do it. I used to have to run around and get people to come as volunteers and help with clinics at schools, whereas now I can get good quality coaches and we can actually pay them to do that. We get way more children, and the Quick Sticks program here, we've managed to get 19 schools, I believe, isn't it, Mike, here in South Australia, which is amazing considering we only had like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks at the most, to actually get them on board once we finally got in. I know from one school in particular, Prospect Primary, we did 4 weeks of Quick Sticks there, and we have just recruited 10 players to the Eagles Lacrosse Club. So it's certainly going to be a great initiative for us here. We just have to keep it moving. We need to keep getting our schools involved. They don't seem to know about it yet, so we as the lacrosse community, parents, kids playing lacrosse, school teachers, we need to get them involved and get their schools to get onto the Quick Sticks program. And once we've done that, hopefully we'll be in for the next 10 years, because we're only in for 12 months, I believe. Is that?
We're only in for 12, but we're the first sport added. Sporting Schools have added one additional sport since they started this program 2.5 years ago, and that was for lacrosse. All the others are the original large sports like hockey, gymnastics, soccer, football, etc. So we've achieved something very high out of all the other sports that strived, and now we've got to make the most of the opportunity, and we will.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for taking the time. And no doubt it's an incredibly exciting program. So make sure you stay tuned to particularly through the ALA and through state associations, and monitor the Quick Sticks program. And of course, get in touch with your state body or the national body to see how you can get Quick Sticks down in your local area. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with the Women's Championship Final. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network.
Thanks, Tim.
Mitchell. Number 5, Bailey Rose Keenan. Number 7, April Richards. Number 11, Olivia Wills. Number 12, Madison Copeland. Number 15, Osia Levy. Number 17, Erin Mitchell. Number 18, Olivia Antelov.
Number 19, Alana Davis. Number 21, Chloe Tatlow. Number 22, Rebecca Adamson. Number 23, Millie Doherty. Number 24, Skylar Levy. Number 33, Isla Fraser. They're ably coached today by head coach Tegan Brown, assistant coaches Liz Shields and Courtney Moulton, the S&C coach Toby Seeger, and their team manager Faye Beeman. Their opponents for today. Please welcome the players from Lacrosse Victoria. Number 1, Ruby Barnes. Number 2, Abby Mahoney. Number 3, Lauren McMahon. Number 5, Taylor Comedo. Number 7, Emma Davey. Number 8, Sarah Davey. Number 9, Ali McVeigh. Number 10, Alicia Walker. Number 12, Michaela Patzaloridis. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Number 13, Jenny Kilsby. Number 15, Alana Hibbard. Number 16, Isabella Murphy. Number 18, Molly Dunham. Number 21, Bonnie Yu. Number 22, Zoellen Stannis. Number 34, Georgia Latch. Their coaches, Cliff Jennings, assistant coach, Tim Dobson, manager, Wendy Jennings. Can we all please rise for the playing of the National Anthem of Australia?
Well, if that doesn't get you going, I don't know what else does. It's Lax fans, and we're back here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club for what promises to be an absolute barn burner of a final. Nice little crowd building here today at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. And I'm joined in commentary today by Linton Arscott. Linton, we're going to be an absolute cracker today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, Tim. So what's happened over the last couple of days, it should be a very, very close encounter. So looking forward to it, mate.
Well, of course, Western Australia played Victoria on day one, and the Victorians were hampered to a degree by a 10-hour flight delay, which is particularly ironic given it probably would have taken half that time to drive over on a bus. But of course, they came into day one quite understandably a little flat-footed, and Western Australia certainly made them pay, racing out to a surprise 13-6 victory. Victoria probably, for me, coming into this tournament as the favourites, Linton. So, what do you think Victoria need to do today to try and turn that around?
Well, I think the Victoria defence have got to stand up and try to curb the influence of Libby Blair and Madison Copeland, especially in attack. Those two girls are just outstanding. So I think defensively, Victoria got to be pretty well switched on to win this game.
Yeah, look, in Western Australia, no doubt as well. Got some terrific players, Maddie Copeland, Libby Blair. They have had some terrific weeks, but Victoria have got some absolute guns themselves. Abby O'Mahony and Georgia Latch have had sensational weeks for Victoria. It's going to really, goalkeeping's going to be absolutely critical as it is with most games, and of course Molly Dunham starting in the cage today for Victoria. A Newport product, had a terrific week for Victoria. And for Western Australia, Olivia Antilov from the Wanneroo Joondalup Lacrosse Club starting in the cage down there for Western Australia, as Western Australia get the ball deep into attack to get the first good offensive set of this game. And they look to just kick the ball around, just get everyone a touch early. Of course, Bailey Rose Keenan had a terrific day against Victoria on day one with a couple of goals and an assist. She's certainly one of their big jets. And Western Australia will be looking at a fair bit from her today.
Yeah, and there's a turnover.
Right on cue, I've put the jinx on her and given the ball straight back to Victoria.
That was actually a good set D by Victoria then as well.
Probably a few nerves. You think there'll be a few nerves running around with the players today?
Oh, it'll be a few nerves at the start, yeah. And it was WA were just trying to get everyone a touch, I think, and that's what can happen. You know, bit of pressure and an early turnover.
Of course, a couple of big, really important rule changes here. Obviously, we're playing 4 quarters, 4 15-minute quarters today for championship action. But of course, as you would have just seen then, the self-start, one of the big changes. Yeah,
the self-start is a really good thing. So, and a lot of girls are still waiting for that whistle instead of just, when the ball's dead on the ground, just pick it up and go. That's the advantage. And if whoever uses that today will probably, go a long way to winning the game.
Abby O'Mahony with the ball down at X for Victoria, but she's turned it over. Western Australia, I think she may have stepped out of bounds. What's going on? What have we got going on down here, Linton?
Yeah, so it's a WA ball. 2 turnovers early in the game already.
Yeah, a few butterflies, isn't there, early in this one? Western Australia, of course, the 2-time defending champions, looking to go for a hat-trick here today. Shannon Mitchell looking to take the ball out for Western Australia, but she's lost possession of the ball. Keenan got it back, though, for WA as they look to try and settle things down.
Penalty.
Keenan's going to get it back. Keenan, of course, a jet for the Wanneroo Joondalup Lacrosse Club as well. A few Wanneroo girls running around here today. They'll be really good for the Chiefs back in Western Australia. Olivia Wills sat out. Yesterday's tight game against Waikato. She got a couple of yellows in the space of a couple of minutes. Very tight together against South Australia. So Tegan Brown fairly keen to not put her at risk yesterday. So good to see Olivia Wills running around out there today as Maddie Copeland with the ball. She had a tremendous tournament, second on the goal scoring with 12 goals. I think what's been particularly impressive is her ability to do damage in every game that Western Australia has played. Been very, very consistent, and she's an absolute jet, isn't she?
She's just, I call her the rubber man. She's just so flexible, just turns players inside out and gets between gaps, just like that.
Copeland looks to step and puts one down between the 5-hole on Dunham, and Western Australia have drawn first blood here in the championship game. Maddie Copeland opening the goals for Western Australia, and you probably wouldn't have gotten very good odds on that happening.
No, I think you would have been paying the bookies for her to score the first, mate. Yeah, she's just a class act.
Really tremendous finish there from Maddie Copeland. And Western Australia jump out. Victoria are going to want a pretty good start in this game. They, like I say, they're coming at this after a 7-goal loss to Western Australia on day one. Start, you would have thought, would be pretty key.
Yeah, the centre draws. Victoria need to get on top of here as well if they're going to win this game.
Georgia Latch in the middle for Victoria. Ball in dispute. Copeland in the lead for Western Australia. Copeland corrals possession for Western Australia as they look to put the ball forward. Chloe Tatlow in the draw for Western Australia up against Latch, and Copeland with possession kicks the ball over to Tatlow from the Bayswater Lacrosse Club. Tatlow with the ball being defended by Latch. Tatlow has a look at what she could do there. Not much on offer. Kicks the ball out the back to X over to Isla Fraser. Bayswater connection there. Fraser at X being face guarded by Stannis. Good defense early here from Victoria in this one. Over to Keenan. Keenan with the split dodge, rips the shot, puts it wide. It's hotly in contest here. Western Australia are going to get it back though. Skylar Levy turning on the Jets and getting there. Great pressure though. Fantastic effort there from Sarah Davey. Out the back to Libby Blair. Libby Blair looks to come the corner. Nothing on option there. Terrific defense again by Victoria. Kicks it across the top up to Copeland. O'Mahony on Copeland. It's a fantastic single match up here. You got a flag down by the looks of things.
Push.
Copeland's going to get the ball out on the right-hand side, just on the edge of the fan. Of course, thanks for tuning in, guys. You can tune in on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page if you want it in high definition. Copeland's with the opportunity here to buff. She's got Blair on the inside if she can find her, and she does. Blair with the shot, rips it bottom left. Libby Blair from Copeland.
Stick check.
Just a quick stick check here to make sure it's all good. And it's all clear. All clear, Libby Blair with the Western Australia's second goal. And Western Australia have jumped out of the gates quickly in this one.
Yeah, well, you know, you win the centre draw, mate, in women's lacrosse, and, you know, that's your greatest advantage is the centre draw. And then you can just control it in offence like WA have done.
Yeah, Molly Dunham not really getting a good look at those two. And that, to defend her, though, the shots are coming in from pretty tight. Not a lot you can do with those ones there with such clinical finishes around the cage. Really important draw here. Victoria probably need to get an extended possession, get everybody a touch, hold the ball for a little while, just steady the ship a little bit here. Of course, still plenty of time in this one here as the ball is loose. Copeland with yet another ground ball for Western Australia. That's her second in possession. Being defended by Comedo. Kicks the ball back across the top. Tatlow looks to step on the inside and there's a flag down on the play. She shoots that one up high. Ball's going to looking to bring that back in. I think that's Fraser on our far side, on our right. Nice sunny day here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Over with Blair. Blair with possession. Looks to step high. Looking for options. There's a push coming. Western Australia are going to get another look here by the looks of things. Libby Blair had a great tournament as well. Libby Blair, of course, an all-star at last year's tournament. 9 goals. 4th on the goal scoring table here. Plenty of assists though. Brilliant lacrosse IQ.
Oh yeah, free shot here. Oh.
Puts that one wide. Western Australia are going to get the ball back. Terrific backing up from Tatlow. Tatlow's going to bring the ball back in for Western Australia. Not a lot to do for the West Australian defence early in this one. 5 minutes in, first quarter here. If you're just joining us, Western Australia leading by a score of 2-0. Share the page, get it out, tell everyone it's free lacrosse, it's Australian lacrosse, and it's live on the Australian Lacrosse Network as Blair looks to come the corner again. Victorian defence under all sorts of pressure from a swarming West Australian offence early in this game. Copeland with the ball across the top. Got Keenan at X. Looking at a match up here. Looks to take on O'Mahony on the corner. Back rolls, looks to rip it down. Great save from Dunham. Dunham gets a huge piece of that, but unlucky bounce as Copeland recovers possession for Western Australia. Back across the top to Keenan. Keenan just searching, looking for movement. Loses the ball though, but Victoria are going to get away with one here. Victoria are going to take possession back. Zoe Allen Stannis. She's going to take the ball. She's going to got a nice little run going here. She's got Bonnie Yu up front if she can find her. But Stannis turns on the Jets. Blair playing terrific defence.
Nice
gets a great check. And that's going to go to Western Australia. Great little piece of stick there, Linton.
Yeah, Libby, like you said before, mate, her IQ is just brilliant. Great understanding of lacrosse, Libby Blair. She's probably been the standout of the tournament, what I've seen the last few days.
Absolutely.
Very smart lacrosse player.
Knows the game as Western Australia are going to get the ball back very, very quickly here as Fraser brings the ball out for Western Australia, finds Copeland. Copeland's got a stack of space here, but a wall of Victorian defenders in front of her, and wisely pulls the ball out to leave him. We've got a whistle here.
3 seconds.
3-second call on Victoria. Skylar Levy with the ball. Crossed. One of 3 family members here playing for Western Australia as he kicks the ball around to Keenan. We've got it.
Nice save.
Flag down, but it's been waved off as the play continues. Dunham with possession for Victoria, pulls the ball out. Need to get a touch here, Victoria. Dunham just bringing the ball up slowly. She's got Isabella Murphy on the far side, who she finds, kicks it up to Yu turns on the Jets. Been a little quiet this tournament, Bonnie Yu, but is a completely class player. Needs to have a big game for Victoria today.
Push.
Right on cue here, Bonnie Yu's going to get an opportunity. Pretty crowded in front of though. Will's in defence for Western Australia. Looks like she's got the threat covered. Bonnie Yu just takes the ball to X here as Victoria looking to get everybody a touch. Kicks the ball across the back to Barnes. Barnes comes the corner. Good defence though from Western Australia. They kick the ball around, ball's loose in front of the cage. Latch recovers, kicks it up the top to Barnes. Barnes has a look, throws on the split, sells some candy, gets the shot, rips one, top corner. Cannon from the outside from Barnes. And Victoria get a much needed goal early in this game. Pretty good movement there from Victoria Linton.
Yeah, it was actually. She split dodged her really well. So I think the game plan, as I see at the moment for Victoria, they're going to be playing the WA defence out wide and just using their Jets to get past them. So WA just got to be ready for that second slide for the help out.
Yeah, pretty good offensive set there from Victoria. Probably their first extended set of this game. They're probably halfway through this first quarter. Nice little set there, just kicking the ball around, getting everyone a touch. And look, they've got some athletic attackers, Victoria. They'd certainly be looking to try and ask questions of this Victorian defence, you would have thought.
Yeah, WA's defence, they just got to be helping out and getting crashing in early. Maddie Copeland again.
Third ground ball in a row out of the draw as Copeland's got speed. Here. She's got the opportunity, throws the fake. We've got a flag down, got a push, I think, on Stannis. Copeland's going to get an opportunity here to respond for Western Australia. Where do you reckon she goes with this one, Linton?
I think it'll be...
top right. I'm calling top right, off stick side.
Bottom. Ooh.
Oh, she'd want that one back. Great save from Dunham. Dunham with her second save. They're going to need a big game out of Molly Dunham today. I think Western Australia are going to get their shots. Goalkeeping going to be absolutely critical as we have a ball hotly in dispute.
Copeland
a fourth
again.
ground ball for Copeland again through the midfield. Looks to step inside, throws down. Another save by Dunham. I think we've got someone in the crease though. Wait and see what the call is coming in from the far side. Just a quick conference. A couple of big saves from Dunham here in this last couple of minutes just to keep the game nice and close. Of course, jump in on our Facebook page, comments, feedback. We'll take anything constructive and critical. It's great to have you joining us here on a glorious Easter Monday at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Of course, we've got double header today, WA and Victoria doing battle in the women's, and then WA and Victoria again this afternoon in the men's. Of course, Western Australia coming in the favourites here today in the women's front, but Victoria will definitely be going in hot favourites on the men's front today. Copeland with the ball for Western Australia. Just takes the ball out to X over to Blair. Blair with the ball, Western Australia going into their set, sending a stack of cutters.
3 seconds.
Got another 3-second call coming in here. Libby Blair with the ball for Western Australia. Not much on offer here for Blair. Small window if she can make something of it. As the Victorian defence just closes in on it. O'Mahony playing, face guarding Blair. Blair with the possession, left and right. Dancing with it at the top. Great defence from Victoria though. O'Mahony causing the turnover. The ball in dispute. O'Mahony picking up possession for Victoria. One of the Victorian captain. Up and coming star for the Williamstown Women's Lacrosse Club.
It was great defence on Blair. Covered her beautifully.
She really did. They're probably dancing on the spot a little bit too much. Didn't really make O'Mahony move too much, but O'Mahony certainly wasn't daunted by the task as Dunham with possession for Victoria. Looking to go back into a slow clear. Just bringing the ball up.
It's interesting here. Victoria always come into the middle here, and then they look for the big outlet over the back. So you look for the big outlet pass coming over the back here.
Stack of congestion here. There's an absolute acre. You won't be able to see it on the camera, but there's an acre of space behind as Georgia Latch takes possession of the ball. Wills comes over. Yellow card. Is Victoria going to get an opportunity here? It's Olivia Wills' third yellow card of the tournament. quite fortuitous perhaps that she didn't play against Waikato yesterday.
I think she just got to curb her pushing a little bit. Liv, she plays hard D, but she's just got to hold those arms in.
Got a whistle on the far side here, Linton.
3 seconds.
Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Great to have your company here today. Again, tune in, share it. Get as many, the next crop of Australian superstars as Bonnie Yu with an opportunity here. Rips one low, and Western Victoria have tied this game at 2. Certainly taking advantage of the Will's yellow card.
I think the WA offence will be changing the way they're shooting on the goalie. They're going low at the moment.
Well, Molly Dunny, give her credit. She's made some terrific saves. Certainly hasn't been daunted so far. There are 3 big saves so far, particularly in that last little stretch. And again, Victoria creating offence from defence here. Western Australia dominating the middle, dominating possession, but unable to do anything on the scoreboard. Victorian defence holding firm early in this one. Probably not a good sign for Western Australia.
Well, WA, they're getting the shots off, so they just got to make sure they finish. And, you know, well, should win this game easy, the amount of shots they've had already.
They're certainly getting their opportunities here.
Well, Maddie Copeland's had 3 shots, mate, and, you know, like you said, normally Maddie Copeland puts them away, and she's got
an opportunity here. Ball's hotly in dispute. We've got a player down in the middle though. Just got a quick stoppage in time. I think a bit of a clash. Terrific sportsmanship on show here. Ruby Barnes just tending to Keenan as Keenan running off on the field under her own power, which is good to see. I think there's just a bit of a clash there in the middle.
Yeah, just 2 players going for the ball, mate. Eyes on the ball, and that's what happens. Didn't shirk the issue.
No, certainly not. That's what you want to see here, championship game. Obviously got to put it all on the line here today. Victoria looking to end a run of a couple of losses in a row. Western Australia, of course, searching for a rare hat-trick of titles. Going to be a thriller, 2-2 here late in the first quarter. Of course, again, rule changes here for those of you who haven't seen women's lacrosse in 12 months. Of course, we've switched to 4 quarters here. 4 quarters of 15 minutes, and then, of course, the self-start rule certainly been interesting to watch, hasn't it, Linton?
Yeah, it has been. Some of the girls have picked it up quick, and then some haven't. So it's a good rule. I actually like the rule. Then the stop-start, waiting for the whistle. That's what an advantage should be, where you get to have that opportunity.
Thank you again very much tuning in. Jump online, let us know where you're watching from. Got some people from all around the world tuning in. We always get a really good outcome here.
Offside on WA as well, so it's a turnover.
So Victoria are going to get another opportunity here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. A lot of Victorians. Let us know who you're going for on the Facebook comments section. Let's see who's supporting who here today. Both sides, of course. Neither are the home side, so expect a good little following here. Make sure you share it. Let everybody know this is on and it's live and it's free. There's Bonnie Yu with possession on the far side. She's had a good start to this game. Great little step on the inside. She's got some space if she can find it. Steps 2. Rips one offside hip. Victoria have taken the lead.
Played the advantage. Could be a yellow here again.
2 in a row for Bonnie Yu as we see what's going on here. This could be important.
It's a red. It's a second yellow for the game.
That's a red card for Olivia Wills early in this one, and that's going to hurt Western Australia. Trying to figure out what happened back there on that play. Something just a little bit off ball, perhaps.
I think that was a late check.
I think that's Olivia Wills done for the day,
Yeah,
Linton.
That's 5 minutes, I think. 5-minute penalty as well.
That's certainly that could be a huge turning point in this game, couldn't it? I mean, we're Victoria now in front, obviously capitalising and tying it up with the earlier yellow card, but 2 yellows in the first quarter to Olivia Wills are certainly going to see Western Australia on the back foot here for the next 5 minutes. Let us know. Thank you, Michelle Campbell. I think, yes, we will be showing the boys' game immediately following this game.
3 seconds.
So, of course, we will be having both games on tap as Victoria take a rare possession out of the middle. Victoria certainly turning this one around, stem the early flow, but probably not going to be the first time we're going to see some changes in momentum in this one as we got the clock on the field. Victoria going to get an opportunity here to really drive a dagger in.
Should look up here across the middle.
Georgia Latch with the ball. Georgia Latch rips one top right. And Victoria, 4 unanswered goals here late in the first quarter, and they've raced out to a 4-2 lead.
It's hard when you're playing a man down, and especially for 5 minutes as well. So it's Victoria's chance to sort of take a big lead now. If they get possession out here again.
Yeah, 2 yellow cards in the first quarter.
Clock's on as well.
Certainly going to hurt Western Australia as Libby Blair comes up to the middle here. Western Australia obviously needing to try and stem the flow here as best as they possibly can do. Victoria, of course, playing a player up here late in this quarter, and we get a sizable advantage early in the second quarter. Ball in the middle. Copeland tries to get possession of the ball, can't quite grab it. Comento with the ball, gets taken, stripped from behind, but no, we've got to push.
There's the advantage.
Start. Tried to call it, but they've called it back. Not happy with that one, Lyndon?
That's what the advantage rule's there for. You know, she read it well too.
She was out, wasn't she?
Yeah.
As it kicks the ball forward, Bonnie Yu really trying to drive a dagger home here late in this first quarter. Bonnie Yu running in and rips one off to the left, and Victoria, Bonnie Yu with her 3rd goal this first quarter. It's the Bonnie Yu show at the moment, Linton.
Yeah, like you said, she's been pretty quiet, but you know, she's stepping up in the big game when it counts. She's a great player.
Yeah, Olivia Antelov not seeing a lot of the ball early in this one. I don't think we have a save from her yet in this game. That said, Victoria, though, got some absolutely clinical finishes, though, in and around the cage, haven't they?
Yeah, it's hard when you're going one-on-one with the goalie, especially in the girls' game. It's very hard for a goalie to be able to stop those shots.
All Victoria early in this game. Victoria, the last 5-10 minutes of this quarter, have absolutely dominated. 5 unanswered goals from 5 shots. As we got a loose ball here, Bonnie Yu's in the lead position, and she's got the ball again being defended by Blair. Kicks it forward to Latch. Latch takes it, rips one high. Puts a cannon in. Oh, I think Coach Tegan Brown certainly taking a big breath of relief there.
Jeez, that was a big goal. That shot was huge, then.
As Victoria jump out to a commanding lead in this one, 5 goals to 2. Thank you very much again. I'm going to keep thanking you, having you all here. It's great to have you joining us here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Wherever you are, let us know where you're watching from. We'll try and give you a shout out. But really a tale of 2 halves in that first quarter, Linton.
Yeah, Victoria WA started to get a few penalties, and I think that's what's cost them. Victoria have taken advantage of the penalties, and you know, like you said, a few unanswered goals there has really blown this quarter out.
Well, absolutely. Western Australia certainly started with all the ascendancy, didn't they? Copeland and Blair scoring the first 2 goals of this game, and it looked for a little while there that Western Australia was probably going to get off the leash, but Molly Dunham clearly had other thoughts, didn't she?
She came up with 3 beautiful saves that just turned the game around.
And Victoria, obviously, at least initially, be able in response, able to turn things around and able to do some damage at the other end, with Ruby Barnes opening the scoring for Victoria. But then, of course, as you say, 2 yellow cards to Olivia Wills in that first quarter, certainly putting Western Australia on the back foot. And boy, oh boy, did the Footscray connection of Bonnie Yu and Georgia Latch make them pay.
Oh, Bonnie Yu was electrifying, mate. Like you said, she's been quiet for the last few days, but a player that plays great.
As we just have a look at some of the replays from the first quarter action. It's like Jed, isn't she?
No, she's just, I call her the rubber man.
As you can see, it was Maddie Copeland early on opening the scoring here for Western Australia. From the free position, she steps inside beautifully, and a terrific finish bottom low. Dunham had a good read on that one, had a real opportunity to have a crack. And then shortly thereafter, it was Libby Blair with the ball being found. As the players just making their way back to position at the moment. Copeland with possession of the ball, found Blair on the inside, and Western Australia looked like they were in total control early in this one. We'll bring you some more of those highlights at halftime as Victoria then went on a roll. You just join us, we're just starting the second quarter here in this game.
So it looks like we're back to all even now.
Shout out there to Sean, good to see you tuning in. Don't know what time it is over there in Florida. And of course, yourself and Ashton doing brilliantly for the Dolphins over there, so thank you for tuning in. If Ash is asleep, make sure we get her up, get her tuned in, watching this as well.
So WA is still playing man down.
Western Australia with the possession. Keenan with the ball. Keenan rips one off the right, short-handed, and Western Australia get exactly what Coach Tegan Brown would have wanted to start this second quarter. Certainly what the doctor ordered, Linton.
I think Molly Dunham got a bit caught there. She was a bit shocked where that shot came from.
Yeah, she certainly wasn't on her pipe at all, was she? She was miles off her pipe. Keenan with an acreage of space there in Western Australia. Well, if you're going to have someone, you're going to be player down for 5 minutes, that's certainly how you answer, isn't it?
Yeah. So Bailey was pretty smart, seen her off the pipe and just pushed it across the other side of her body.
Tremendous finish there from Keenan as we're back in the middle. Keenan back in the draw for Western Australia.
WA want this ball, still playing man down.
Ball hotly in dispute. Players go up for it. Keenan's got a beat on this, but the ball looks like it's going to roll into the offensive half. Terrific pick up from Fraser, but I think she stepped on the line. Victoria going to get away with one there.
That's another new rule that they've got to wait for the advantage before they can cross the line.
Yeah, been fascinating, some of these rule changes, hasn't it?
And this one's caught out a few people where they just step over as well.
O'Mahony with the ball. He's got an opportunity here to make Western Australia pay. She turns on the Jets, runs past one would-be defender and takes the ball to X as Yu goes down off the play.
Push on Copeland.
Push on Copeland. Copeland going back. Barnes with the ball for Victoria.
Oh, they went offside.
No, Barnes. She's got Barnes high. Sorry, O'Mahony at the X for Victoria.
WA went offside.
Western Australia offside. Victoria going to look to try and get everyone a bit of a touch here. A few new faces out there for Victoria at the moment. Lana Hibbard. To Latch, a Footscray teammate Latch. Yu with a big cut through the middle. O'Mahony looks them off though, kicks the ball across the Comedo, kicks the ball high. Latch, great take there. Not happy with what she sees. Kicks it back inside to Yu. Yu with the shot.
Nice block.
Gets a great save, and Antelov's going to come up with a save on that one. Olivia Antelov just looking for some options.
They'll
looking
push
for
the
some
goalie
players.
here, putting a man down. They're going to be pushing.
They've got the opportunity to do it, haven't they, with a player advantage. Of course, if you're just tuning in at the moment, Western Australia still a player down. Olivia Wills with 2 yellow cards in the first quarter. Seen Western Australia go player down. As Western Australia have gotten off the back here, if they can corral the ball. Chloe Tatlow with possession.
Oh, nice check.
Great check from Yu, but she's been pinged for it.
That was an unlucky call. I thought that was a great check.
Tatlow with the self-start. Looks to take the ball to X for Western Australia. Western Australia look to start eat into this 5-3 Victorian lead. Yu looking to pressure the ball.
Push.
A lot of whistles early in this game, Linton.
Yes, I think the umpires want to get on top of it early. I think just trying to curb the the nerves of the girls.
Well, there's going to be a bit of
early.
aggression early, isn't there? They're going to want to try and be all over the show. Of course, again, you can support your team on the Facebook page. Got a stack of Western Australians and a stack of Victorians out here.
Now they're even now. So WA back even.
Western Australia all even. Copeland steps on the inside. She can finish if she can and rips another shot low. And Western Australia are back. Copeland with her second of the game. I trust that there would be some US scouts hopefully tuning in, salivating at the thought of snaring one, Maddie Copeland.
Yeah, she's got a great opportunity. Great athlete.
Cliff Jennings not liking what he's seeing here from Victoria early in this second quarter, takes a timeout.
I think he just wants to settle his players down.
Well, they'd be a little bit disappointed with that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They had really had all the momentum coming out of that first quarter. 5 extra seconds perhaps could have snared a sixth. But then Western Australia have answered exactly the way you would expect Western Australia to have answered.
Well, I think WA started to play a bit smarter defence, weren't pushing out as hard, so they're just curbing a little bit of their offensive threat to Victoria.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one, hasn't it? Antelope's sort of starting to get a little bit of a piece here. As we're just playing around with our webcam here, guys. Got the second one, Linton. Yeah, you've even got the polo on. You're rocking it, looking $1 million.
Yep.
We spent all this money on this fantastic new backdrop. Hope we all like it back at home. And of course, I've got the shades on here today because it's a fantastic day out here at Glenelg. The sun is out. We got sunburnt yesterday, Linton.
Not as hot as what it has the last couple of days, but it's still nice and sunny down here at Glenelg.
Yeah, great. Great little crowd building on hand here. A lot of anticipation for the men's final later on, but of course this one promises to be an absolute barn burner if you're just joining us. So of course, make sure you share it. You can share your link on if you're watching us on the Facebook page. Just down the bottom there on the right-hand side, there'll be a share button, share to your page. Got a plethora of, no doubt, of lacrosse fans who may not know that this is on. It's free. It's on. You watch it on your phone. Watch it on your tablet. What else would you be doing on an Easter Monday?
Eating more chocolate.
Yeah, I probably don't need that. I'm staying away from that. There's Keenan and Comedo in the middle. Two of the big players here for Victorian WA as Keenan takes away the ball yet again. She's been really good early in this second quarter for Western Australia. Kicks the ball up to Blair. Blair's gotten away. Got a bit of space here. Steps. But the Victorian defence is a wall of defenders in front of her, and Western Australia are going to look to settle things down and see if they can square this game up.
Oh, nice pass by Libby.
Oh, fantastic finish on the inside there by Fraser.
Great look by Libby Blair again.
Western Australia are back in this game. 5 apiece. Obviously not, probably not what Coach Jennings was looking for after that timeout.
I don't know, but I don't know what Tegan must have said to her players after that first break, mate, but they've come out firing.
Just running through the comments there. Great to see everybody tuning in all around the country. A lot of Western Australians at the moment. Victorians are getting outdone on the comment section, so let us know where you are. Let us know where you're watching. Support your team. Let the world know. Are you with the Navy today, or are you following the black and the gold? Been a thrilling week down here, Linton. Been great to have Waikato and Auckland back out here in the women's draw.
Yeah, it is. It's been really good. And Waikato, you know, each year getting better and better, you know, pushing a few of the teams again. So it's good to see.
Well, that's big in the question, isn't it? Of course, Waikato took the New Zealand took the Southern Cross tournament and they won the 15s last year. It almost begs the question, is it time for Waikato and Auckland to be able to win the championship? Of course, Western Australia claimed the tournament yesterday when they rolled Waikato 9-7 in the final game of the week. They've gone through the week undefeated to claim the tournament. So for those of you at home figuring out how it works, of course, there's an Australian National Championship. The 3 states, WA, SA, Victoria, all play for the championship. But of course, joined by Waikato and Auckland, and there's also a tournament trophy which involves them, and that is awarded to the team at the top of the table at the end of the week. Western Australia have claimed the tournament. Ran the table 4-0. West Victoria came second. Waikato finished third with a 2-2 record. South Australia 4th. And Auckland 5th. Great to see Auckland out here, though. They're certainly improving every year. Look forward to seeing the Orcas coming out to Melbourne later in the year as Western Australia look to have an opportunity. Osha Levy with the ball. That's a name to remember, folks. Osha Levy.
Just turned 14 years of age.
She has still got another year, maybe 2 at under 15 level. She's banked 5 goals this week at an 18s level. Was really good earlier in the week against Victoria.
And got some jets as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said, a player to watch in the future, that's for sure.
And there's a lot of budding superstars out here. Keenan looks to step the corner and puts one low. Western Australia have the lead back. That's their 4th unanswered goal here in this quarter. And I must admit, I did not see this coming.
I tell you, Bailey Rose Keenan, she stepped up again. Look how she's been winning the centre draws, and now she's putting them on the scoreboard as well.
Well, that's what Western Australia needed. Copeland obviously carrying a tremendous load for Western Australia. Libby Blair's been good. And Keenan was sort of quieting down as the week went on, but when they've needed her to step up in the big games, she's been terrific.
I think that knock might have helped her, mate. She's woken her up a little bit.
Oh, it has, absolutely. It's definitely scrambled things and got her switched back in. Of course, she had 2 goals and an assist earlier against Victoria, and I think was MVP of the first game. So certainly a player that Victoria need to turn around and adjust. Great to see everybody in there. Good to see Kirsty. Good to see you up as well, Kirsty Graham over there in the US at St. Francis. Of course, Australian player Lauren Hunter. Great to see you in as well here in the coverage as the ball's loose.
Nice check.
Look out in the crowd.
Nice check there.
Just about ran into and taken out our friends over in Auckland, just here in front of our commentary position. Of course, fantastic scaffold that we've got set up. Big shout out to the team of Vince and the team at Kennard's Hire in Glenmore for donating the scaffold to be able to bring you the fantastic footage that we're getting here today. It looks like we've got a bit of a push here.
Copeland.
Yeah, it was close. You can see her having a crack there. Almost able to corral Barnes out, but Barnes strong enough to be able to get through that.
Victoria will be looking for a steadier here, I reckon. Just hold the ball in their offense for a while, I think. It's been down in WA's attack all this quarter.
Yeah, they're certainly having a pretty good look at it at the moment, aren't they? It's the first time in a long time we've had to tilt our heads to the right. Been a long time since the ball's been down here, but Victoria with an opportunity here to tie this one up as O'Mahony looks to come the corner, and we've got a flag.
3 seconds. Push.
Push on the far side.
This will give her a free shot here.
Victoria with an opportunity. ABO Mahoney had a very good week. Third leading goal scorer here in the tournament. Second highest goal scorer of Victoria. She's got 10 goals heading into today. Yet to trouble the scorers this morning.
Top.
Unable to nail that opportunity here as Mitchell looks to take the ball out. One of two Mitchells from the Wembley Lacrosse Club. Turns on the Jets. She's got no one in front of her. Kicks it forward to Blair. Blair looking to try and corral the ball, but terrific defence from Victoria. Ball hotly in dispute, but Western Australia recover.
It's a big swipe.
Great check from Latch, though, from behind, and Latch takes possession out of Western Australia's hands and is going to try and push Victoria forward. Looks to kick
Keenan.
Terrific defence from Keenan. Victoria had Alana Hibbard going off the back here, and Western Australia are going to have the ball.
There's
Keenan
the
looks to
advantage.
push,
Yeah.
but she's got three Victorians in front of her. Kicks the ball over to Fraser.
Great read of the play there by Bailey Keenan to intercept that pass.
Stay tuned here at halftime. Of course, the Australian Under-19 program in place. And I think we've got Stacey Morlang, one of the co-coaches, along with Jen Adams and Trish Adams available as well. So we're going to be talking to those guys ahead of the Under-19 campaign, of course, which heads to Canada in 2019.
Libby Blair going one-on-one here. She's in.
Steps on the inside. Libby Blair with another goal for Western Australia. Fifth unanswered goal in this second quarter, and Western Australia are dominating. That's her second goal of the game. Libby Blair having a cracker.
I think WA's offense, I think Tegan Brown must have had a good talk to them at quarter time, because they're starting to spread out and take them one-on-one. You know, when you've got Blair, Copeland, Bailey Rose down there, it's going to be hard for the Victorian defence to curb them.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to have to send that slide early, I think. I think they're going to have to start double teaming early.
Well, it's 5 unanswered at the moment.
Oh,
I think we got
something wrong with the stick here.
Issue with the stick.
Yeah, the knot.
Something might have come undone by the looks of things. Yeah, it looks like a knot may have come undone.
Yeah.
So just allowing her the opportunity to fix that. The referee, the umpire's pretty proactive with the old stick checks, aren't they?
Yeah.
Very different to the men's game. If you're a men's follower who are watching, of course, the umpire's very, very proactive with ensuring compliance with sticks, whereas, of course, in the men's game, it's a bit of cat and mouse, really, isn't it? No one's stick's legal.
And if
even though no one will admit it.
And if you're game enough to call them, well, then it's interesting.
Oh, it's certain, especially at club ball. The whole stick check at club ball. Is there anything more controversial in the sport of lacrosse than a stick check at club level?
No. Because once you call one, they all start to come out.
Of course, Oshalevi with the ball. Got a push by the looks of things. Western Australia, they look to Dale to start. You having absolutely none of it. Take it back there, young lady.
She'll be using her speed here. Or she's got Libby Blair up in front of her as well.
Western Australia going to have plenty of options. April Richards also out on the far side if Blair can find her. Richards looking to cut back door. She's got players at X if she can find her over the back to Fraser. Fraser wins possession back. Blair looking to bring the ball up.
Libby Blair goes to take her on, but the double team worked well then by Victoria.
Copeland with possession, looks to try and sell some candy. Trying the old shake and bake, looks to come around the corner. Terrific defense from Ruby Barnes, and just as I say that, I put the kibosh on her. God, I'm good at that. Copeland with the ball.
WA are all going to spread on to the other side of the field here, and I think let Copeland do her stuff here, I reckon.
Certainly looking to clear out here. Going to be a real test for this Victorian structure. Of course, Victoria wisely send the double as Copeland turns on the jet, looks to come the corner, ball spills.
Defense.
Blair with possession.
I think Libby Blair's had a magnet on this ball all week. The ball just seems to be falling to her all the time.
Western Australia, of course, 5 unanswered goals here to start the second quarter. Really turned it around, kicks on the inside. Osha had a bit of space, but Barnes with the ball. Back to Dunham. Dunham looking to run a slow clear here for Victoria.
They'll all get to the middle again.
Fantastic to see everybody here. And again, guys, let us know what you think the score prediction is going to be as Victoria go into what we'd call the... been watching a bit of Alistair Clarkson here, hasn't he?
Georgia Latch here will drop back for the overpass.
They have absolutely cleared a space. Latch has got space here. We call it Cliff Jennings' paddock here as Antelov comes out, gets stripped by Latch. Ball's in hot dispute. Latch having a real crack. That's a real clear strategy from Victoria, isn't it, on that clear? They huddle them up at the middle. Probably our camera angle might not do it the justice, but they are absolutely everybody up to the middle of the field, clearing all the space behind them, looking to get Georgia Latch off the back, and it almost came off.
Yep. I think he's taken off a Pagan's paddock, like in the footy in North Melbourne the old days.
That's the one, Pagan's paddock. Call it Cliffy's paddock. And it's a strategy. If you've got the athletes that Victoria boasts, they certainly have an advantage there in athleticism against the West Australian team.
Athletic, Osha Levy with the Jets.
Looking to step. Good defence, though, from Victoria. Lana Hibbard from another Footscray player. A few Bulldogs running around out there. Of course, they're defending Victorian State League champions over there in Victoria.
Libby Blair.
Blair looking to come the corner, kicks the ball back across the top. Bailey Eastman with the ball for Western Australia.
Free shot here for Bailey, I reckon.
Another one of the young crop of stars coming through for Western Australia. She's going to have an opportunity here to pad Western Australia's lead here late in the second quarter. Bailey Eastman wide pulls the ball out. Good defence from Victoria. Absolutely swarmed there. Really clogged up the middle, didn't they?
Yeah, it was, but it was really smart play by Bailey to pull it out as well. Didn't rush. For a young player, she did that really well.
As Blair's going to want to get her Jets on here as the ball looks to beat her to the end line, but she's going to have a bit of time here. Good defence from Latch. Latch certainly not going to give her much space. Blair gets the ball back for Western Australia, though. Kicks the ball back across the top to Copeland. Copeland with a one-on-one matchup here. Looks to have a crack, but Stannis is certainly one of Victoria's better defenders.
Oh,
ball inside.
save.
Dunham with the save. That's her first save of the quarter. Big save for Victoria.
Push.
Yeah, late. We're in red time here in the second quarter. Not long left in this one before halftime.
Victoria will be looking to score here. They want to be getting a goal.
If you think you know how this is going to play out, jump on the comment section. Let us know what you think the final score is going to be.
Victoria will be looking for a steadier before halftime.
And that's half time here in the Under-18 National Championship final between Victoria and Western Australia. And it was all Western Australia in that second quarter. And Linton, I mean, I didn't really even see that coming, did you?
No, mate, like I said, Tegan must have said something at quarter time. Must have told the girls to wake up and, you know, let's get on top of this game.
Absolutely, yeah. No, they certainly did a fantastic job, Western Australia, particularly player down there with Olivia Wills just finishing up the end of her red card time. But, of course, Western Australia certainly kicked it into high gear there, and it was Bailey Rose Keenan that managed to snag the goal short-handed to start to chip away at it. And then, of course, Western Australia then went into overdrive. Victoria really struggled to get much possession at all, didn't they?
Yeah, W played smart. Even when they got into offence, when they were man down, they took advantage of that as well and played really smart and controlled the ball. Put Victoria under pressure and then, you know, spread out of their defence and took them on one-on-one.
Yeah,
you know, when you got players like Libby Blair, who's just controlling the offence superbly, you know, she just turns it on.
Absolutely. Maddie Copeland there chipped the margin back to one. Then it was Isla Fraser there with the tremendous clinical finish from the crease to tie the game up. But Western Australia certainly weren't done there, really relishing the fact of getting back onto level terms here in this one. It was Bailey Rose Keenan who was probably the star in that second quarter.
She just dominated the centre draws. You know, that's the advantage you get in the women's game. You dominate those centre draws and, you know, control the offence, you're going to win the game.
Absolutely. Bailey Rose Keenan with her second goal of the game. And, of course, Libby Blair, as you say, she seems like she's had the ball on an absolute string all day today. And it was Libby Blair that managed to extend that lead today for Western Australia to push it out to 7-5. We're going to take a short break here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Make sure you freshen up your drink. Make sure you start sharing. Let's get everyone, tell everyone it's on. It's lacrosse, it's Australian lacrosse, and it is free. So thank you for tuning into the Australian Lacrosse Network. It's half time here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Western Australia leading Victoria by a score of 7-5. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Scotty? Counting me in? Oh, we're on. That's how it works here. It's fantastic. Special treat for us today. I'm joined here by Australian Under-19 co-head coach Stacey Morlang, and of course the South Australian squad-based coach Trish Adams, and of course super coach from their World Cup effort last year as well. But Stacey, congratulations on your appointment first and foremost. How have you found the approach to dealing with this team so far, and how have you enjoyed the journey so far?
Oh, it's been great so far. We've felt really lucky with the amount of kids that have put their hand up to go for it. So we've just been really focusing on teaching them a lot, giving them the opportunity to grow and have a good time. So it's been great.
And of course, you co-coach with Jen back in the United States. How's that working? How's the dynamic been? Obviously, communicating via distance.
Oh, I think it's such a small world now. Like we've been texting with her the whole time we've been here. I'm in contact with her every day. So there's a lot of planning that happens when she's here, and then we just help execute it. But it's a small world. We're in contact all the time, so it's quite easy.
And of course, a lot of players running around here today. As we look about to get kicked off, we'll keep it short and sweet. But of course, Trish, you got a lot of South Australians running around here today with your state-based squad. How are you liking what you've seen from your SA girls this week?
Oh, it's been fabulous. We've got a huge base here, so 41 girls still in the squad from South Australia. So it's been excellent to see them have an opportunity to implement all the stuff we've been working on state-based wise, and just good to see all the athletes out here competing at the nationals.
So thank you very much, guys. Looks like we're getting turfed here, guys. But all the best with the squad, and we'll talk to you later on. We'll be back shortly.
We're back here live in the start of the third quarter. Georgia Latch comes up with the ball. Oh, using the Jets. Oh, and Latch scores the first goal of the third quarter.
True to form, they take 2-second break, Lynn. They come back and all hell's broken loose. Georgia Latch has gone and done the damage again for Victoria.
Yeah, well, Victoria won that centre draw, and then Latch put on the Jets and went to the cage by herself and scored.
As we were saying before, wow, there's certainly been some changes in the timing here in the women's game, and it certainly caught us off guard, didn't it? That was a short half-time break. What happened to the old 10-minute breaks, Linton?
Yeah, that's only the men's,
I blame you. I blame you.
That's only the men's, mate. They need it.
But of course, we'd love to thank you for Stacey and Jen, Trish for making themselves available. And Jen, great to see you tuning in as well. Of course, Jen and Stacey, the co-coaches for the Australian Under-19 team, and a mammoth squad. Certainly an exciting program developing over there, isn't there, Linton?
Yes, it is. So Victoria with the centre draw again.
Barnes with possession. Of course, most of these girls are certainly in that Under-19 squad as Australia look to put together. I think they'll put together a pretty formidable little side heading over to Canada, I think it is next year, in 2019.
Bailey Rose Keenan again with the rundown. Great defence.
Of course, Georgia Latch tightening things up here early in this third quarter. Latch scoring her second goal of the game. Of course, Victoria keen to get on the board after a scoreless
Great run by
third quarter.
Chloe Tatlow then out of the D.
It looks like it's going to stay in play though. Great recovery from Western Australia. Skylar Levy over there gets the ball back. Great defensive pressure though from Sarah Davey. And again, I've done the kibosh again. I've got to stop complimenting defenders, Linton, because every time I do it, there's a penalty. Western Australia going to look to try and respond here in the third quarter. Got their noses in front at the moment. And of course, for those of you watching, it's 4 15-minute quarters. Getting some questions coming through. 4 15-minute quarters. Certainly an adjustment for the women's game. I don't know about you, but I like it. I think it's good over the quarters.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Would have liked a longer half time. But you don't get everything you want. Unfortunately, we don't run the world over here at the ALN, even though we think we do. As they kick the ball back across the top to Libby Blair for Western Australia. Western Australia just searching as Maddie Copen looks to turn on the Jets. Steps on the inside, but can't quite hold the ball. An electric dodge there. Splits two would-be Victorian defenders.
Great movement.
Molly Dunham recovers the ball for Victoria as Victoria look to go back into the clear. If you're just tuning in here early in the third quarter, thank you for tuning in. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Jump online, let us know who you're going for. If you're a South Australian, let us know and tell us which side you're going for today. Mind you, if you're South Australian, you should probably jump in the car and get down here. Beautiful day for lacrosse. Glorious, glorious effort by the Glenelg Lacrosse Club yet again. Fantastic facilities, and the ground is in absolutely spectacular nick, isn't it, Linton?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great facility down here. Everything's here. You know, if you come from interstate, you got everything around. You know, your local pubs, your local eateries.
Bonnie kicks the ball across the top. Latch has got space. Great save from Antilov. Puts it right into her chest. As Antilov slides just slightly to the right there, you would have got a fantastic angle on that back home as Antilov comes up with a massive save.
That's a big save.
As Western Australia look to turn defence into offence, Copeland being double teamed by Davey and Murphy.
Push.
Copeland's got an opportunity. She's got a little bit of space. It's a tight window. And as she moves back, I think that window closes. I think Victoria are going to cover that. 3 sticks on the inside.
I think Shannon Mitchell's in a good position here if she cuts towards the goals.
Yeah, there'll be opportunities back door if they can find them.
Taking their time.
Libby Blair stuck in defence for Western Australia as she looks to go back and cover. Copeland steps the corner. She's got an opportunity and uses the deck to perfection. As Copeland brings up her hat-trick. I know this is controversial, but I don't like the stick check after the goal.
No, they seem to be doing it a bit more in the final. They've been doing it, normally it's after every 3 or 4, but today it seems to be every goal.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, look, it's just from a spectator standpoint. Every time I get excited about a goal, I've got to quell myself and wait for the stick check to happen. So, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. But
I look at it with the girls' game. The really time the sticks are going to change if it's wet.
Yeah.
With the leathers.
Yeah.
In a dry situation like this, you're not going to get stick changes.
Certainly a lot of things, a lot of exciting changes though with the rules that seem to be taking place. Obviously a huge amount of trial rules that are out running about at the moment as lacrosse looks to push for Olympic inclusion. I'll tell you what I don't like though, I don't like this unified field. It's an extra 10 metres to run as a referee and we ain't that fit. Kills us.
Oh, well, you got to get your beep test happening, mate.
As Copeland gets the ball back for Western Australia, looks to push the ball deep into offence. Looks to kick it back.
Look.
Oh, what a find. Bailey Eastman with her first goal of the game. Copeland with a tremendous through ball, spotted the gap, and Western Australia have pushed out to their biggest lead of the game. It's 9-6.
It's like I said, these centre draws are a big part of winning this game.
There's a tremendous finish from Eastman. Copeland drew the defenders, and that's what she's going to do. Victoria, of course, have to play that Copeland slide, that sweep. The defence has moved, and of course, tremendous vision from Copeland to be able to spot a great backdoor cut from Bailey Eastman and a great finish. Molly Dunham, no slouch in the cage, still got to finish your shots. We're back in the middle there. Got an absolute barn burner on our hands. Great to see some West Australians jumping on board. Victoria, let's hear from you. Your side needs you. Let everybody know who you're going for. Let's get some banter. Let us know what you think the final score is going to be.
There's that advantage. WA girls got caught standing.
Barnes with the ball, looks to step on the inside. Great defence though from Western Australia. Mitchell with the defence, kicks the ball across the back. Rebecca Adamson in defence for Western Australia at X. Bonnie Yu looks to kick on the inside. Barnes steps. Where's the first defence? And uses the deck to perfection, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Victoria.
See, it's crucial that centre draw again. Victoria win their centre draw and they score.
But again, the self-start really important there, wasn't it?
It is.
Seized that. Victoria seemed to be absolutely seizing the self-start better than Western Australia at the moment.
Yeah, Western Australia got caught flat-footed.
That opportunity to... as we're back in the middle. Comedo at the draw for Western Australia, for Victoria. Copeland in the middle for Western Australia. Two of the superstars of both sides going head-to-head. The two captains, 9-7 here in the third quarter. Ball hotly in dispute. Copeland gets out in front. She's popped out the back here. She's got an opportunity if she can turn on the Jets.
She'll split them here.
Looks to cut through the middle. Great check by Comedo at the back there. But she's pegged it back to Dunham. Rather fortuitously, the ball swung right as Dunham couldn't quite pull it back. And of course, got a call on the far side here. Who's going to come up with it? Looks like this maybe... No, it's a Victorian ball. Dunham with possession. They've got an opportunity here off the back here. Barnes has got a stack of space if they can find her. Pleading for Dunham to put it into space, and she does. Probably pulls it a little bit. Finds the destination. Probably wanted to put that in front, but great work from Barnes to backtrack and get it as Hughes out in the open here. All-star at last year's tournament, been very, very influential here with 3 goals in the first quarter. Gone quiet in the second quarter. They need to get her back into the game. As Victoria look to take the ball to X. Adamson's come out here.
Big push.
Borderline, yeah, it was close. I thought it might have been a card coming out there.
Yeah, so did I. I thought there was too.
WA probably a little lucky there to duck that. Adamson certainly quite aggressive as she's came out to defend there. Victoria have an opportunity here though to tuck one back. It's a 2-goal game. Under 10 minutes to go here in this third quarter. And she's gone absolutely through Adamson. What's the call? Huge clash of bodies there. Adamson pops back up. They breed him tough. Out at Bayswater. Had some shaking that one off. O'Mahony with the ball. She's going to get an opportunity here. Antilov covering her pipe. Imploring her to go low. O'Mahony steps through, holds the ball, puts that one on the offside. And we're back to a 1-goal game. O'Mahony with her first goal of the game. They're going to look to her to try and get back into this. And here's another one of these stick checks that I just have come to love. Jump online, let us know where you're from, of course. Hit the share button. Looks like we're heading to an absolute barn burner here in the Women's Championship final. Western Australia leading by a score of 9-8, halfway through the third quarter. Live down here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Of course, still plenty of lacrosse on action today. The men's final between Western Australia and Victoria are on foot following this game. Looking forward to that one, Linton?
Yeah, I am really interesting. Should be another good game, I reckon. I reckon WA might take it up to Victoria and the boys as well.
Ball just popping up. Great grab by Cometto. She gets Victoria back into offense. Western Australia attack line swarming Victoria, not giving them a clear out at the moment. That's good to see as Bonnie Yu, cool as a cucumber, puts the ball forward to Barnes. Barnes looks to step on the inside. She's got Cometto on the far side. And a great finish. Sticks it top right-hand corner, and we are tied at 9. Draws are important. Victoria seemingly starting to get on top in that battle.
Well, I think WA made that change and Bailey Rose Keenan's coming back into the middle. She hasn't taken the last 3 centre draws and Victoria have won them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Western Australia have had probably more of their success when Keenan's gone into the draw and they've run Copeland off the side. Now, of course, they've moved Copeland to the middle, so a strategic change sort of coming back here with Keenan back in the middle for Western Australia. The battle of the fives. Cometto and Keenan. 2 names that you should get to know quite well in Australian lacrosse. Ball hotly in dispute, goes into the Victorian half. Great grab there. Cometto again with the ball for Victoria. She's come up with the last few. Captain Courageous for the Victorian side, and the self-start again. Got themselves miles out in front. You with the ball, looks to kick the ball over to Latch. Latch has got the opportunity to put... We have a whistle just before, no goal.
3 seconds.
Looks like that goal's going to be waved off.
See, that's where the advantage rule should come into play as well.
Latch is going to get another opportunity here. It looks like no Western Australian defenders even remotely close. Latch looking to repeat the dose and ring-a-ding, ding, ding. Puts that one off the pipe. Keeps the game tied at 9. A huge call there. Scrub her up and the goal off. Victoria unable to capitalise as Latch gets the ball back at X for Victoria. 5 minutes to go in this third quarter and we are tied at 9 apiece. Shot right wide there from Patsaladis.
They got the ball back
Even though I probably butchered that, I'm just going to call a Nicola. Victoria look to bring the ball back on. Shout out again to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you are sharing the game. Good to see Williamstown Women's Lacrosse Club tuning in. I'm sure we got this on the big screen down there at Fearon, I'm hoping. Playing around with the ball here. Latch with the ball for Victoria. Looks to step the corner. Good defense. Great defense. Has she found a way to put that?
No, I reckon she's in the circle.
Waiting to see what the call is here. think that's gone in, but has she hit the crease? Excellent defense there
Circle.
from Erin Mitchell.
It's going to be a toss.
I think I like the old toss. It's the old, we have no idea what just happened there. I don't think anyone did. That was a bang-bang play. But probably the right call. I mean, you're not going to give the benefit of the doubt on the goal going in. So, no, probably the right call. Great call. Tosses it up. Erin Mitchell looking to win the ball back for Victoria. But Cometto again with a tremendous grab. She is dominating this third quarter for Victoria, dragging her team back into it as she kicks it over to O'Mahony. O'Mahony with an absolute thunderbolt. Puts that one past the ear of Antelov, and Victoria have turned it around. That's their fourth straight goal. And it's Victoria back in front. Absolute thunderbolt there, wasn't it? How good was that finish?
That was a great finish. Like you said, the captain, Taylor Cometto, is really stepped up this quarter. She's just taken on that captaincy role and stepped up and taken it to her advantage.
O'Mahony with her second goal of the quarter. Absolute thunderbolt, wasn't it, Linton?
Yeah, it was great. Great finish. I don't think any goalie would have stayed that, mate.
No, that's just caressed
Yeah.
the pipe. Only a few minutes to go here in this third quarter. Victoria fought back to take the lead. It's all happening here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Osha Levy with the ball for Western Australia. Look, a rare 4-0 forward for them here in this third quarter. As they continue to kick the ball around. Libby Blair with the ball for Western Australia.
They're opening up for Libby here. No, well defended.
Osha Levy with the ball being defended by Stannis. Stannis, one of the premier Victorian defenders. She's had a very good week for Victoria. Kicks it back to Blair. Blair with the ball. She's got an opportunity here, but looks it off. Lauren McMahon defending Blair at the moment. Gets back to Blair. Blair with the ball, still holding on to it as Western Australia send a number of cutters. Bailey Eastman with the ball, got an opportunity here to throw a split dodge if she wants to, but kicks it out the back to X, back to Keenan. Keenan being defended by Barnes. Western Australia probably going to want to try and look to find the right match-up here as Keenan draws the flag.
Just might get an opportunity here, Keenan, for a shot, I think.
Yeah, Barnes not looking particularly thrilled with that decision. Keenan with the ball for Western Australia here. She's got an opportunity to try and tie it back up for the black and gold.
Oh, save.
Great save from Molly Dunham there. She's been very good for Victoria today. Kept them in the game early. That's her sixth save of the game. Dunham looking to try and bring the ball as we go back into the old Jennings paddock. There's an absolute acreage of room here off the back as Victoria look to try and set it up. Try and really capitalise on their athleticism. Great pass from Dunham. Had to be absolutely perfect to avoid a reaching Keenan, and she does. West Australian ride, though, not letting Victoria out of this one completely scot-free as they kick the ball forward to Cometto. Cometto down the right-hand side, puts the ball up to Barnes. Barnes with the ball, steps on the inside. Good defence from Blair.
Clock's on as well.
Clock on here on the far side. Western Australia searching to try and tie this game back up as Victoria lead this one 10-9 as we approach three-quarter time. Dying moments of the third quarter here. Western Australia need to make the stop. Barnes with the ball, takes the ball to X. Got the cutters if she can find her. Lauren McMahon cutting through the middle for Victoria. Kicks the ball up to Georgia Latch. Georgia Latch with possession.
They're going to spread her out here. Georgia Latch will take this on. Georgia
Latch tries to throw the hidden ball trick, turns on the Jets, goes on the inside with the backhander. Good save, good chunk there from Antelov. And that is three-quarter time here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. Again, a game of ebbs, a game of flows. It looked like Western Australia were going to get our way with this one.
It was a great comeback by Victoria. It started to control the centres. Got first usage of the ball, and that's got them back in the game.
Oh, it really has, hasn't it? Western Australia pushed it out to a score of 9-6, but then Victoria worked their way back into the game. Libby Blair stuck
Western
in
Australia
defence for Western
early,
Australia.
looking to really capitalise on a dominant period
Copeland
of
steps
play.
the corner. She's got an opportunity and uses the deck to perfection.
It was Copeland that turned the corner to create her hat-trick.
As Copeland brings up her hat. Looks to kick it
nice
back.
block.
Oh, what a find. Bailey Eastman with her first goal of the game.
Bailey Eastman.
Copeland with a tremendous through ball, spotted the gap,
to a score
and Western Australia
of 9-6,
have
but
pushed
then
out to their biggest
Victoria
lead of the
came
game.
storming back behind captain Taylor Comedo. Started to dominate
defence for
the
Western
ball
Australia.
through
It
the
X.
middle.
Bonnie Yu looks to kick on the inside. Barnes
And some
steps. Where's the first
tremendous
defence?
finishing
And
by
uses the deck to
Victoria.
perfection, and that's exactly what the
Barnes.
doctor ordered for Victoria.
Slowly started to swing the pendulum back towards Victoria.
O'Mahony with the ball. She's going to get an
Then it was
opportunity.
Abby
here.
O'Mahony
Antelov
with her
covering
first
pipe,
goal of the game.
imploring her to go low. Western Australia
O'Mahony
steps
stepped it,
through,
but she
holds the ball, puts that
sliced
one on
two
the
Western
offside.
Australian defenders.
And we're back to a one-goal game.
And they cut the
And that's good
margin
to see
back
as
to
Bonnie
one.
Yu. Victoria then
Cool as a
tied it up.
cucumber, puts the ball
Taylor
forward to
Comedo.
Barnes.
Barnes looks to step on
With
the
a
inside. She's
great
got
backdoor
Comedo on the
cut.
far side.
And
And
a
a great
critical
finish.
finish in
Sticks
the
at
top
top right-hand
right-hand
corner,
corner.
and we
Not a
are
lot
tied
that
at 9.
Olivia Antelov could do on that one there.
Ball back
And
to
of course it
Victoria.
was
but
Abby
Comedo again
O'Mahony
with a tremendous grab.
The
She's
thunderbolt.
dominating this third quarter for Victoria.
The thunderbolt.
Dragging her team
Breaks
back into it.
right.
As she kicks it over to
Caresses the pipe.
O'Mahony with an absolute
Tremendous
thunderbolt.
finish. Had a couple of goals
Puts
waved off
that
there,
one
Victoria.
past the ear,
So
and Antelov
really
important from Victorian standpoint to capitalise on the advantage. But if we learned anything, this game could be anyone's, and this game is well and truly up for grabs. It's going to be a cracking final quarter here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club.
I think it's going to be the team that's going to be the fittest by the end of this, considering they played 2 warm days and might have taken a toll on some of these girls now, so it's going to see who's the fittest.
Come on, who do you think wins it from here?
Well, I still think WA will just get over the line, I reckon.
Copeland back in the middle. Didn't see a lot of her late in that third quarter. She'll be looking to try and assert herself back on this game as she looks to go through. Splits 2 defenders, gets the shot. Great save by Dunham. Been a superstar for them today as Isla Fraser wins the ball back from Bayswater, Isla. A few Bayswater girls running around out here today. Great for that club to see so many out here as Copeland looks to try and capitalise. Steps on the inside. There's a flag down. She'll get an opportunity here.
Should be a free shot.
A dejected Barnes just exits the fan. Copeland with an opportunity here. She's got clear air in front of her if she can make the most of it. Goes the shot, puts it low. Dunham read it beautifully, met the ball, couldn't get enough kick on that, and Dunham did a great job making the save. That's her 8th save of the game, and she has been huge for Victoria today.
She's come up with a couple of big saves that's turned this game, I think.
West Australia are going to look to continue to try and press here as Victoria look to set up the paddock again. All the players in the middle of the field. Quite the sight here. The odd break off here and there. Latch looking to try and get off the back here, being defended by Tatlow. Bonnie Yu looking to get off. Mitchell all over her, wearing her like a glove. Continually sending. Latch gets a little bit of space, can't quite get the ball. Tatlow peeled off though. The ball's loose, kicks it up to you. Victoria got the advantage here if they're good enough. Kicks it to O'Mahony. Mahoney in space. Goes the shot. Puts it past high.
Nice defence by Copeland to push her wide as well.
Yeah, they really were out there, weren't they?
Great defence.
West Australia done a pretty good job of defending the paddock. That's probably one of the few opportunities Victoria had off the back of that. Great to see so many people watching. It's going to be an absolute cracker of a finish
save.
here. Great save by Antelov. That was huge for Western Australia. Important that they keep this one close. Ball on the deck in dispute in front. We've got a whistle here on the far side.
WA ball.
Western Australia are going to get out of jail here. Fraser with the ball for Western Australia. Hasn't got a lot open in front of her at the moment. Blair's calling for the ball just in the attacking half, and I think that's where Fraser's staring her gaze. Blair's got herself about 6 metres here. Victoria see it a mile away what's going to go on here, see if they can get a piece of the stick. We just got a whistle here. It's going to look to take control a little bit, get everybody out a bit. It's got Blair just on the offensive side of the ball here. She goes in that direction, finds Blair. Blair's out in the space here. Western Australia got the advantage here. If Blair can get out in front, she finds Mitchell, but Mitchell can't quite take it, but she gets it back, calm and composed. Looks to push, gets herself into some space. She's got Fraser on the middle. She looks for her. Fraser grabs the ball, sticks it top right. We are tied again here in the last quarter.
Great look and cut. Great look.
Great look, great finish.
The key there was just a terrific take on the inside by Fraser, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great little cut, actually.
And Fraser started that play all the way back at the other end, 100 metres away, won the ball for Western Australia,
And
turned on the Jets. One of the more diminutive players out here on the field, but she is playing huge at the moment for Western Australia.
and went high on the goalie as well. I think the goalie is a bit on the high shots is a little bit where she's good on the low shots, but I think WA got to start shooting high.
Yeah, they haven't been doing
After
well
that.
on the deck shots, have they,
No.
Western Australia? Dunham's been all over those, absolutely killing those. But Fraser with the all-important first goal of this fourth quarter. Ball hotly in dispute at the moment. Latch with the ball. Gets herself into some open space. Looks like she may have copped one there.
She's got a free shot here.
Victoria, an opportunity here to try and reclaim the lead very quickly. Antelope's going to need to step up big here for Western Australia. And Latch puts it off the deck, stings it top right-hand corner. Georgia Latch answers straight back for Victoria. And Victoria are back out in front. That's Latch's third.
Another all-important centre draw win again by Victoria.
Becoming absolutely critical here, isn't it?
Yep.
Glorious day here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. We are heading for a barn-burning finish here. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you hit the share button in the bottom right-hand corner. Chuck it on your personal page. People aren't watching this, they should be, because we are heading for an absolute cracker here in South Australia. Victoria and Western Australia are pushing each other. Victoria leading by a score of 11-10 here early in this last quarter. Hughes back in the middle here, ball pops up. Keenan turning on the Jets there, working her way to the front. Hughes scoops through, picks up the ball, tremendous composure. As Hughes turns on the Jets there and gets herself a bit of space, kicks the ball back to Barnes, has got an absolute acre of space. Looks to step on the inside.
There'll be another free shot here.
Barnes, an opportunity here to really capitalise the Victorian lead. Antelope begging for her to try and stick that one top right. A little bit of space there. Just tidying things up a little bit. Barnes with the opportunity here. Pulls the ball out. No need to throw that one away. Kicks the ball back to X.
Oh, nice double. Nice D.
Pat Solidardis coming around the corner there, puts the ball back. Antelope recovers the ball for Western Australia, and Western Australia looking to try and push the ball here. Mitchell's out in space, kicks the ball up. Mitchell to Mitchell. Lost the ball, but gets it back. Still got all the momentum here. If they can find the player, Blair's on the inside. Looks to rip. Good defense from Victoria, though. Absolutely swarming. And Victoria got the opportunity here on the counter. You out in space.
Sarah Davies.
Levy looking to cut it off. Kicks the ball up to Latch. Latch against Copeland. A huge amount here. Two absolute jets here going head-to-head. Copeland with some tremendous defense as she escorts Latch from the offense. Sends it to X.
Sarah Davey with a great stick down in there D for Victoria then.
Kicks the ball back to Comedo. Latch back at X for Victoria. Kicks the ball up to you. You with the ball over to Cop to O'Mahony. Great to have you all joining us here today. Under 10 minutes to go in this one. Victoria leading by a goal. Latch with possession. Victoria quite happy to take some seconds off the clock here. Keenan looking to push. Got a push here. Keenan looking to try and win the ball back for Western Australia. Of course, Victoria looking to win their first title in 3 years. Western Australia looking to go for the hat-trick. It's Victoria with their noses in front at the moment here. About 7 minutes to go in this one. Latch looks to bring the ball up. Steps the corner, got an opportunity. Puts one high, and Victoria out by 2. Latch with her 4th goal of the game. Easy as you like. Pretty good finish, wasn't it?
That was a great finish. Top corner. It's a great finish.
You're just tuning here. We're in the last quarter here of this one, and we've got a thriller on our hands. Victoria now push the margin to 2. Western Australia are going to need to answer. You Coach Tegan Brown, are you looking to call a timeout here, or are you just going to trust your stars to sort of work their way through this?
I think I'd be, if I was Tegan, I'd be putting Blair on the wing as well. You know, she's just a ball magnet, and I just don't think they're getting it out of there at the moment.
Tatlow in the middle for Western Australia. Keenan looking to move here.
Oh, great move.
Oh, that's a tremendous draw. Absolutely nailed that. Keenan read it like a book. O'Mahony, great quick start. Keenan throws the fake. Keenan looks to rip one ring. Ding puts that one off the pipe. Ball's loose on the left-hand side here. Victoria going to try and recover the ball, and they do. Stannis with the ball, kicks the ball back across to Exeter Dunham. Dunham's been huge for Victoria today. She's had 8 saves. Puts the ball up on the right-hand side. Emma Davey with the ball, kicks the ball across the back, over to Barnes. Barnes looking to try and press. Puts the ball back through the middle to you. Western Australia going to need to force a turnover here. They're going to need to make the stop here. O'Mahony's got some space. Good defence from Western Australia. Mitchell closed that avenue down. Mitchell and Levy. Good defence there from Western Australia. So O'Mahony looks to continue to try and press. Kicks the ball back across the back to X. Cometto's going to look to try and take some time off here. About 5 minutes left in this game. It's an absolute thriller. Victoria leading by 2. WA need the ball back. That may just be what the West Australians were hoping for. The ball is loose. Need to come up with it here.
Free check.
Free check from Skylar Levy. Victoria are going to get the ball back. Western Australia are going to need to try and recover possession here. And recover it soon. Time is starting to work against them. Alicia Walker winning the ball there for Victoria. Kicks the ball across the back to Barnes. Blair looking to push. Cometto's got all day at X. She's been terrific for them in this second half.
She'll look to go one-on-one here. Nice.
Steps on the inside. She's got an opportunity. Pulls the ball out. Kicks the ball back through the middle. We got a whistle. Walker had time and space there through the middle. The two Porters combining there.
Victoria just need to control the ball. They don't need to shoot.
Victoria holding on to possession here. We're under 5 minutes to go in this one. You're just tuning in the dying minutes of this game of the Under-18 National Championship. Victoria leading Western Australia by a score of 12-10.
WA got to start, need to push out now.
Need to get aggressive.
Yeah.
You with the ball for Victoria, kicks the ball, quite content to hold it. Tatlow looking to push, kicks it back to O'Mahony, sets the pick. O'Mahony's out, but she's in absolutely no rush. Happy to take vital minutes off the clock here. Puts the ball back. O'Mahony's looking to step on the inside. She's got an opportunity as a flag here. She's going to get an opportunity.
Yellow.
Oh, that's huge. That is absolutely huge for Victoria here. They're going to go player up here.
I see.
Chloe Tatlow's yellow carded for Western Australia.
I think she'll pull out here.
They can kill the 2 minutes, about 4 minutes, about a little under 4. Western Australia going to be player down for the majority of the remainder of this game. Western Australia badly need a goal here to try and cut this margin. Need to make the stop here. Do you go for the kill?
No, I think she'll pull it out.
This could be the kill shot though.
I think she'll get.
She looks like she's going to go for it. Goes to rip the shot here. We got a
in the crease.
Huge call here late in this one. Western Australia are going to get an opportunity if they can get out into some open space. You got Copeland up ahead. Wouldn't be surprised if they look to try and pop it long.
I don't think Jennings would be too happy with that. I think she would have been better off to pull it out.
Western Australia have got the ball here. They've got some space if they can turn on the Jets. Levy with the ball, and she does. Looks to try and get out into some space, being defended by Latch. Kicks it over the side to Mitchell as Western Australia flooding forward in numbers. Mitchell's got some opening here. If she can do some damage, if she can find it. Looks to step on the inside. Great check. Desperate stuff. Western Australia, though, time if they're good enough. Mitchell with the ball. We got another whistle.
Georgia Latch, what a great run.
Desperation check there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Excellent run by Georgia Latch.
I think we have, is it Western Australia offside? Western Australia, I think, are offside. Victoria are going to get the ball back, and it's all in front of them now for the Victorians.
Especially when they're down the field, if they can get this pass happening.
So they kick the ball long over to Cometto.
She'll take it behind. She'll take it behind.
Not long left in this one, only a few minutes. Victoria with the ball, Western Australia. Victoria up a player due to the Tatlow yellow card. Western Australia, player down, need to press here, need to get possession of the ball back.
I think Victoria will just play behind, especially when they're a man up. They don't need to rush.
Latch has got an absolute acre in the middle, but she wanted the ball, looking for the kill shot. Victoria just continue to push the ball around, but the ball's in dispute. Great defense.
Ooh.
Got a huge chunk of that. Barnes gets given the ball back for Victoria. It's exactly what the Victorians wanted.
That's an interesting call.
Victoria kicked the ball back across the top to you. Western Australia, it's all even again. We're into yellow time here. Not long left in this one. If you're just tuning us late in this game, Victoria leading by a score of 12-10.
Less than 2.
Victoria going to want to try and hold onto the ball here, try and maintain their composure and keep possession in the front of the West Australian defence, which is certainly getting out and about it at the moment. Having a real crack at it. Of course, stay around. Western Australia got the ball and they self-start. O'Mahony, disbelief there at the call. But Western Australia are out. They're pushing. Ball's loose, kicks it over to Copeland.
Advantage.
Copeland can go. Oh, they're taking the ball back. Copeland's out and got some space if she wants to. Copeland's gotten in behind the Victorian defence here. If they get it to Copeland, they've got a 4-on-3 and they put it through. They've still got the 4-on-3 if they can press.
Copeland in the middle.
Copeland with the ball through X. Need to score here for Western Australia. Time is against them. Copeland having a look. Great defence though from Stannis. Latch looks to go for the check. Ball again from Copeland. Looks to step on the inside. Shot there if she can want it. Drops the ball. We've got a push.
Yellow. Free shot.
Only about a minute and a half left in this one. Copeland with the opportunity here. Needs to score here for Western Australia.
Should go high.
Copeland with the shot. Puts it on the deck. Dunham with another save. Was that a championship winning save? I think it might have been. Western Australia get the ball back though. Still got an opportunity. Blair steps the corner.
Clock's on.
Kicks it over to the side. Tatlow looks to push. Victorian defence holding firm at the moment. It's watertight. Nothing's getting through. Clock firmly against it. The clock on. Looks to rip the shot.
Bailey.
And we have a late goal from Keenan. Keenan keeps this one real interesting. Clock is on. Western Australia are going to need a quick one from the middle here.
I reckon there'll be about 15 seconds, I reckon. 20 seconds.
Keenan snags her third. There's time if they're good enough. 12-11 Western Australian. We got a timeout from Tegan Brown. Who's your 3 that goes to the middle for both sides? You'd have to have, you'd think Copeland, Blair, Keenan perhaps running around for
You'd
WA.
have to, yep.
Victoria, Comedo in the middle, Latch.
And
Possibly O'Mahony. Use her height and there, her athleticism to try and see if they can corral that ball.
Or Bonnie Yu for his speed in ground balls.
Yeah. Be very curious to see how long left. I mean, if we're under 10 seconds, you might even be better off putting Blair up ahead in the attack line, try and force feed the ball down there. Ball's obviously going to travel a hell of a lot quicker than legs at the moment, particularly if it goes in dispute. But not long left in this one. Definitely clock on here on this one. With our clock, we try and predict. We've got our little game clock to give you a broad idea, but of course we're sort of guessing with how we're going. We're not.
I reckon there'll be about 15 seconds.
Yeah, not long left on this one at all. Certainly clock is definitely on as we go back to the middle. The Victorian defence need to hold. Western Australian offence looking to send this one into overtime.
So you got. I think Blair will go deep here, I reckon.
Sent Tatlow back in the middle for West. Is that Tatlow back in the middle against Latch? Copeland at X. Keenan up a little bit ahead. Latch, you.
Libby Blair right back low. So this.
Copeland's going to probably look to try and break towards us. Yeah. Exactly where the ball went in the last occasion. Giving up front position at the moment. Foot on the line there. Interesting no call though. Copeland looks to pick the ball up.
Oh.
And that's a game. There was even 35 seconds left. And Victoria are the 2018 Under-18 National Champions, winning an absolute thriller against Lacrosse WA by a score of 12-10.
22-11. Linton, hell of a game.
Oh, mate, that was a cracker of a game. And, great effort by Victoria to come back after that half-time deficit. Absolutely fantastic work.
Yeah, they certainly did an amazing job, didn't they? Particularly early on in the game. Western Australia started early, but boy, oh boy, did the yellow cards hurt Western Australia today.
Yeah, they did indeed, but I think Jennings at half-time made a few changes in the middle that helped Victoria. They won all those centre draws after half-time to put them back in front. So hats off to Jennings and Dobbo for some great coaching there. Mixed it up a bit in the centre.
Yeah, they certainly changed things up, and I think they needed to. Western Australia were dominating proceedings, particularly early in this game.
And then also Molly Dunham came up with some huge saves after half-time.
Well,
huge
from
saves.
a Victorian standpoint, I mean, yeah, you're looking at Georgia Latch, obviously. I mean, you could always point to her. She had a tremendous game for Victoria. Bonnie Yu was really important for them early. In the face of the early West Australian onslaught, Bonnie Yu, with her 3 goals in that first quarter, were absolutely essential to them working their way back into the game.
But if I had to pick an MVP, I think I'd have to go for Georgia Latch, because some of her chase downs in defence at the end there and stick checks from behind were awesome. She was throwing her body on the line.
Yeah, she did an incredible job, didn't she? She really worked hard. It was just that sheer desperation.
Another young up-and-comer, Georgia Latch, someone that's going to be around for a long time in women's lacrosse, I think.
Yeah, they got plenty of superstar players over there in Victoria, that's for sure, and they were all really on show here today. As we just run through the goal scorers for today, and of course, Georgia Latch with 4 goals for Victoria. Single-handedly put the team on the back when they needed to in the last quarter. She accounted for what would prove to be very, very, very important goals for Victoria late in that one as they managed to hold on. Of course, Bonnie Yu, her 3 goals were critical in the first quarter to really stem that flow and really turned the game and got Victoria back in it. Abby O'Mahony with a couple of goals, Ruby Barnes with a couple of goals, and Taylor Cometto was absolutely sensational in that third quarter, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, that's where I think Cliff, put her into the middle, and then they started to dominate, in the middle through her.
Yeah, they did an absolutely sensational job. And for Western Australia, Maddie Copeland had 3. Bailey Rose Keenan had a great game with 3 goals. Libby Blair with a couple. Bailey Eastman snagged 1. And, of course, Isla Fraser there
with that beautiful
pushed
cut.
late.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A couple of great goals there late in the game with her 2 goals, accounting for Western Australia's 11. They certainly pushed hard, didn't they, Western Australia? The West Australian girls, they'll be disappointed not to claim the hat trick.
They should hold their head high, though. They still put in a great effort, especially losing a good defensive player earlier in the game with 2 yellow cards. It does hurt.
Oh, the 5 minutes, particularly in that first. Look, it hurt them late in the first, but West Australia, to their credit, managed to ride that out in the second quarter, didn't they? They snagged a goal. In fact, went the other way, probably came out ahead.
Yeah.
But then that late yellow, obviously, to Tatlow, certainly hurt, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
2 minutes lost. But look, stick around. We're going to take a short break here. Stick around. We're going to go and try and see if we can interview a couple of the winning Victorians shortly. So we'll have a real short break here. Don't go anywhere. And, of course, we've got the men's final, the big men's final coming up. And, of course, stick around at halftime. We're going to be interviewing the South Australian contingent of the Australian men's team, which was recently announced. So we'll have all those guys in action for us shortly. So go away for a little while. We'll be back with interview with a couple of captains. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Hello, can you hear me? I'll let him do the MVP thing. Welcome back to the Glenelg Lacrosse Club, and I'm joined here by Taylor and Abby. I'm not even going to try and say their last name because I think I butchered it through the entire commentary. I'm about right, aren't I? I messed it up. But ladies, first and foremost, congratulations. How does that feel?
Amazing. It's so, I can't even believe it. Like, we've been playing them for the last 2 years in the grand final, and like we knew it was going to be such a hard game, but it was just amazing. Like, everyone put their hearts out on the field today. And it was so good, yeah.
Yeah, we played as one and we did what we wanted to do out there, and we couldn't be happier or prouder of our team.
I know, oh my gosh,
Well, you showed a huge amount of resilience there. Early in the game, it looked like things were going to go all WA, and then Bonnie Yu came to life, didn't she? How important were those 3 goals in the first quarter?
So important. Like, if we didn't get them, I don't know if we would have actually made it. But she's like a key player, Bonnie, and she pulled through. And yeah, we're really happy. We're so proud of everyone. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: you had a cracking third quarter. It was really noticeable, particularly in the box. Halftime, WA had a great second quarter, got back in front. What did you guys talk about at halftime to turn it around?
I think it was just being positive and just backing each other and backing yourself and going hard. And I think we were focusing on the ground balls. They were killing us in ground balls. So we just focused on getting first to the ball and just hustling hard. And that's what really brought us back in it.
Well, I'm going to throw a name at you. She was absolutely incredible today. Molly Dunham in the cage. How good was Molly? Is she just an absolute anchor for you guys?
Yeah, she saved us the whole game, and she saved us throughout the whole week. If we didn't have Molly, oh my gosh, like it would have been all different.
Yeah, where we were. She's our backbone in defence. Yeah. She's a solid rock, and we literally couldn't have done it without her. Yeah.
But how good is that? Western Australia got the better of you the last couple of years. You guys have just beaten WA. Well done, guys. Come on. Big party tonight. What's the plans?
Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely. We're going to go at it.
And have a couple of Cokes and have a great night out, of course. But no, congratulations, ladies. Fantastic job. Congratulations on a fantastic week. Hopefully you don't get a 10-hour delay on the way back again. But congratulations, guys. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Victoria claiming a thrilling 12-11 victory here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. We're going to have a short break. Stay tuned. WA and Victoria go at it again, but this time on the men's front. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network.